Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella, and today we are kind of doing a first impressions on E.L.F cosmetics. So if you want to stick around and check out what I think about these products, keep on watching. Okay, so today I have a big pile of new E.L.F stuff. I made a big purchase on iHerb.com and I got all of these. So I've primed, put on my foundation and put on concealer. So those are done, and now everything that needs to be done is new products. So I'm gonna go and start with setting my face because everything is kind of starting to crease up. So what I'm gonna go in first is E.L.F Beautifully Bare Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in the shade Fair/Light. This is how the package looks like. I like the packaging. It looks much more expensive than it is. It doesn't feel that expensive though, it's pretty light. Okay, so this is how it looks. Very basic, and underneath you have your sponge thing that I never use for anything. I'm taking the BH Cosmetics No. 2 brush from the Rose Quartz collection. Feeling the shade is perfect for me, so that's a bonus. Powder is always much more safe to buy online than foundation because powders usually are so fine and like sheer that it doesn't matter if it's not like 100% match. It does have a mirror, so that's a positive thing. Okay. It makes my skin super matte. It doesn't look that bad far away. Like, actually I like how it looks from far. It's kind of very like flawless finish. It is kind of making my dry spots a bit more visible maybe. Nothing too bad, like I can live with this, and I know that after a few hours this will all like melt together and kind of stop being so powdery. And I like the fact that you can still kind of like, can you see from here? You can see a bit of dewiness from down underneath my powder layer, so that's a positive. Okay, not too bad. Next let's do the contour palette. Okay, very sleek packaging, but this is how it looks like. So you have a contour shade, you have a bronzer shade, highlight, and kind of peachy maybe underneath the eye type of a thing, and a gigantic mirror. So this is fabulous. Like, I can see myself taking this with me when I'm going somewhere just for the sake of having this thing. That's cool. The highlight shade is matte, so there's no shimmer in this palette. Everything is matte. Okay, let's start with the peachy shade. I'm taking the same brush I just used, and I'm kind of taking a bit of that underneath my eye. Okay, that's not for me. It's too dark for my skin tone. Maybe in the summer when I'm more tan, but kind of didn't make anything brighter. Let's try the other highlight shade on the other side. Now that's too shimmery. Okay, so I would maybe, yeah, okay. Now I mixed the two and kind of put underneath there. It's not sparkly, but it does have a bit of like luminosity. So if you don't like that, you won't like it, but if you don't mind it, then fabulous. I feel like this would be like kind of like not an exact copy or dupe for like Hourglass Ambient Lightning Powder, but like of the sort, you know, something that brightens and kind of brings more light to your skin after applying powder, so you can just put it everywhere. But I would not like set my underneath my eyes with it, no. Then let's bronze. So this is the bronzy shade. It looks a bit orange, but then again, I'm not one to mind an orange-ish bronzer. I mean, if it's not orange, it's probably a contour shade for me. So I'm just covering my brush with that. That's a perfect amount of pigment. I like pigmented bronzers because I feel like bronzer is something I want to be very, like, even if I want it to be very like bronzy, I don't want it to be bronzy, you know? I want it to be very smooth and kind of slide on the skin and be very soft and kind of nothing too harsh. And if it is very pigmented, it might be very hard to blend. So I can appreciate this. I know that's just an opinion, so I like that. It blends easily. It's smooth, it's not patchy. The shade is good for my skin tone, and I think this would work for somebody with a lighter complexion too, but if you're darker than me, then go with the darker version of the palette. But yeah, the only thing I'm a bit annoyed is the pan size. Like, I wish it was like a tiny bit bigger, because when you're bronzing, you probably use a big brush and it's kind of hard to coat, but that's, I think, passable with this price because it's not that like pricey. Yeah, I'm happy with that actually. Okay, then we're going in with the contour shade. It looks very dark, so I'm a bit worried. I'm taking the BH Cosmetics number 3 from the Rose Quartz collection. Okay, the shade is good, but this is very much harder to blend. It's not as smooth. Okay, so it's not the worst, and it does do a, like, I love the shade of this. It's pretty much perfect for me. But it is kind of patchy and hard to blend. It's not the worst possible scenario when you get like, oh my god, I can't work with this. Like, I can work with this. It's just not the best formula, I would say. But it, like, if you're not staring like this, you will probably not notice it. So, I mean, it's not that bad. Like, if you want to save up some money, I don't see why you shouldn't purchase this, you know? I'm adding the peachier highlight shade here, just kind of cleaning that edge up. I'm fine with that. I can live with this. And you will not see me contouring my nose because I can't do that on myself. I don't know why. Okay, up next we have a blush, which is called Blush, and the shade is Twinkle Pink. It looks very, very orange in here, but it was supposed to be very, very pink because I don't do coral blushes. I feel like I'm the only one in the YouTube or beauty community that really prefers a pinky blush for some reason. Like, I don't ever see anybody preferring a pink blush or like blue toned blush. People love coral. I can see that it's kind of like, it's very safe as a blush, but I feel like on my skin I look very yellow if I add corally blushes. So okay, this is how this looks like. It's definitely not pink. This is full-blown coral. Is it the right shade? It is, Twinkle Pink. Okay, I'm gonna show you. It's very corally. Well, I mean, it's a pretty shade, but ooh, it feels really nice. Very like buttery. Dang. It does have a bit of an overspray of glitter, but I feel like it's mostly an overspray, and when I add it on my skin it doesn't show up. The shade is pretty, so of course we're gonna go with it. I'm taking the buildable blush brush from Smashbox. It does have quite a bit of kickback. It's almost like a highlight. I feel like this is going to be the prettiest thing during summer because it's very glowy. It gives you that highlighted effect and it gives you that corally, sun-soaked, blushy look. I like it. But for everyday, especially in the winter time, I would not probably go with this. Not because of the shade. The shade is lovely and the blend is really good. But you can see like I have not added any highlight and it's already like very shiny. So that's why. The formula is really good, so I think I want to try this in a matte version someday because it's so pretty. Okay, so the last thing on the face we have this, and this is the Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. But this is how it looks like. It's very reflective already in the pan, which is kind of unusual. I've heard great things about this. Ooh, that looks pretty. I'm taking Linda Hallberg Cosmetics brush number 306. Wow. Damn. It's so much shinier on the face than on the hand. That's beautiful. That's a very good shade also. Like, I love that. Whoa, it's like frosty, but not too frosty. Kind of champagne-ish, but not really. Very neutral toned. I don't see glitter at all. It's just high shine. So if you compare, this is the side without, and bam! That's nice. Let's try it wet on my brow bone and see how it works. So I'm spraying my brush with Fix Plus. This is some random Morphe brush that I don't know the name of because it doesn't say anything. I would actually say that keep it dry. It actually works better dry. It's not totally awful, but it blends much better when it's dry. That's gorgeous. Finally, highlight is for me, it has always been one of those products I haven't had like in a cheap form that would be actually like bam. Like this is like super intense and I think I could make it very subtle too, and that's just magnificent because I usually have a big problem with drugstore highlighters. Okay, then let's go to the eyes. I didn't get any eyeshadows, I'll leave that to the next time, but I did get an eyeliner. Let's give this a go. Okay, that's weird. This is what the package looks like. It's so short and stubby. It's a magnificently gigantic marker. Okay. So I'm gonna do like a wing let's see how that works. It is very like gigantic. Okay. Not flexible. Feels like pretty stiff. Okay, so the eyeliner pen is a no for me. It's a very dry formula. It's very like stiff. It's a felt tip liner, and I think they're really hard to get right, you know? It needs to be more wet in order to kind of, for you to actually be able to make a nice wing with it, because now it's kind of like scraping a dry stick on your skin, so not the best. It's not the worst I've tried, because it is like the pigment is pretty nice and black, so that's a bonus. Let me add mascara real quick and just a minute. Okay, mascara, and now we've got almost everything done, and the last thing we have left are the lips. And for that I have two products. So I have the lip exfoliator. It's in a stick form, which I'm really excited for. And then we have the Velvet Matte Lipstick in Blushing Brown. So let's start by exfoliating my lips. Okay, so it looks like this. I took it in the scent Sweet Cherry. It looks exactly like a lipstick. Okay, so place it. Basically the basic thing, so scrubbing. It smells really nice. Okay, so you have to scrub a bit until the scrubby part comes out. This feels so nice. But I would say that this would probably not last you very long. It doesn't taste half bad either. It tastes very sugary and sweet. My lips feel really soft. That would be a nice product to have on hand, you know? So next, let's go to the lipstick. It was the Velvet Matte Lipstick. Same packaging, exact same packaging. You can see the shade on the bottom, and let's see. This feels super pleasant. Does it smell like anything? Doesn't smell like anything. I don't know if it's now that I did the scrub or is it just a really nice formula, but it feels really nice. Oh, I like it. I like how this look came out, guys. This is really nice. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. Like, I thought this was gonna be like the last first impression I did. Remember, that was awful, but this is very nice. And the highlight, that's just so good. Okay, let's go through everything. Okay, so we started from the powder. So this guy, I'm sorry, I try not to blind you. So this was the finishing powder in Fair/Light, and I like it. It's very, kind of reminds me of Maybelline Fit Me compact powder. I like that. It's very good. Like your average everyday lightweight powder. So nothing too special, but I will keep on using it and I will test out how it wears. Then we had the contour palette that I've been using as a mirror now. This is a hit in my books, like especially the bronzer, but also the actual contour shade. I don't find it too bad, like especially now that it has had time to kind of melt into my skin. I like it. Not a fan of these two shades, like meh, but I would definitely, with the price, I would actually buy this for these two shades. Okay, then we had the blush, which was a weird shade for the name, but it was really nice. It's very natural and glowy, and the formula is really good. It feels very buttery and smooth, and it blends out nicely, but it's very, very glowy. So if you're not a fan of glowing blush, the shade Twinkle Pink is not your thing, but I will be waiting and waiting for you for using this in the summertime because it's super pretty for that. Then next we had the highlight, which is my favorite of the bunch, and I feel like this would be a very good suit for people who are much lighter than me too, but also if you have a deeper skin tone, I think you could pull this off. It's a very, very nice neutral shade, and it's just beautiful and blinding without any glitter in it. It's very like wet looking, the best like drugstore highlight, and it's probably also like the cheapest one ever. Then we had the eyeliner. This is just a no for me. It's very thick, it's very dry, it's just not working. The only thing I like about it is that it's very black and pigmented and matte, but it's very hard to use. I feel like it's too dry and you can't like flick it nicely. Then we have the lip products, which are the final two. I love the scrub. I feel like you would use it up pretty quickly, but I feel like it's not something nice to have on your desks before you do your lip makeup, because it actually takes all that dead skin away and it's much easier to use than ones in the jars. And the lipstick, I love the formula. It's very like light, but it's still matte, but it's still comfortable, and it's not probably like the most long-lasting thing ever, but it is like, it feels like it's not leaving anytime soon, so I like it. And I actually think that the shade was pretty spot on, like my type of a lipstick shade, so I'm definitely gonna keep using this. So from these, I feel like the highlighter and the lipstick are my favorites. Everything else is pretty much like good besides that eyeliner, but everything else is like either good or better than that, so much bigger success than I anticipated. So kudos to you, E.L.F. You've done it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and if you wish to see more videos like this. Let me know in the comment section below what are your favorite E.L.F. products, and if you have any recommendations, or if you have brands that you would like me to do a first impressions on. Also hit that subscribe button so you see what I keep on building and keep on doing, and I wish you a happy day wherever you are, whenever you are, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.